Alright, in this video we'll look at Rad Racer for the Nintendo 8-bit console. We'll talk about who developed it, how was it received, what's the gameplay like, and why it looks like this if you press the select button. Finally, at the end of the video we'll show you the cheats you need to know if you plan on playing it. This game was released in 1987 by the game company Square, who later earned a much bigger reputation as the developer of the Final Fantasy series. It was a well-received game and by many considered one of the better racing games released on the NES, especially because it managed to create a good sense of speed. The setup is pretty simple. Pick the Ferrari or the Formula 1 and then off you go. Which car you choose doesn't actually matter, they behave the same. Accelerate with the A button and brake with B, and once you're going faster than 90, you can also press and hold the up arrow to activate the turbo that will make your car accelerate faster. This is also what will allow you to reach the top speed of 255. So why 255 and nothing else? It's most likely since that's the highest value that can be stored in 1 byte of memory, or more specifically, using 8 bits. Developing games in the 80s was a constant battle with the limited hardware. Just like most similar arcade games, your goal is to reach the finish line before the time ticker reaches 0. You'll get additional time throughout each course if you make it past each of the 3 or 4 checkpoints in time. The challenge lies in not skidding off the road and hitting one of the obstacles, making your car crash spectacularly, which will make you lose a lot of valuable time. Also, your opponents will do their best to stop you at an increasingly aggressive rate the further into the game you progress. Hitting them from the back will only make you lose time, but from the side and your car will quickly skid sideways, and before you know it you're flying around again. To complete the game, you need to get through 8 different courses that are set in places like Los Angeles, Grand Canyon, or some snowy mountains. Once you get the hang of it, the game isn't that hard, except for the last track where you pretty much need to nail it to not run out of time. Here's me on my probably 15th attempt, just barely making it to the finish line. After that, all that's left is the game ending scene. Turns out, I wasn't alone in the car. Okay, so what was up with this weird flickering when I press select? Well, the game was actually sold with a pair of so-called anaglyphic glasses which were supposed to create a special 3D view. In all honesty, it didn't work that great, and the game is best played without it. But you have to salute that they tried. Lastly, as with so many games from this time, there are cheats built in. The most important one to know of here is the hidden continue function. Normally, you will have to start from scratch after a game over, but if you press and hold the A button when you press start, voila, you continue on the same track. There's also a track selection cheat. On the screen after you've selected your vehicle, press B repeatedly x-1 times, where x is the track number you want to start on. Then hold up and right when you press start. And just one more thing that must be mentioned about Rad Racer. It was featured in the heavily Nintendo-sponsored movie The Wizard, where the bad guy shows off his skills before saying, "I love the power glove, it's so bad." Yeah. That's it for this time. Fantastic game. Thank you for watching.